So I'm sure by now you've heard of lucky girl syndrome, which I love, but let's break down the science behind how it actually works. Because in my opinion, that's how you actually make the change, by understanding what's happening upstairs. So let's look at this brain science. Check this clip out.
People put you down enough, you start to believe it.
I think you are a very bright, very special woman.
The bad stuff is easier to believe.
In that clip, you saw what I like to call pretty woman theory. It's this concept or idea that the negative things are always easier to believe versus the positive things, which is true. Your brain is naturally set up that way. It was our survival instinct. So back in the time when we were primitive man and we showed up a watering hole and a saber-toothed tiger was there, your brain needed to remember not to show up there again. The negative stuff had to have a priority for survival aspects. Unfortunately, our brain hasn't figured out that we're no longer concerned about saber-toothed tigers at the watering hole and hasn't caught up with that concept that we can let some of these negative things go. So what does that mean? It means that negative things are so much easier for our brains to believe than the positive things. The media uses this to their advantage on a regular basis. And that's because your brain focuses on the negative more because of survival needs. So what the lucky girl syndrome is doing, it is retraining your brain. So if you don't think you're lucky, you probably go to all the times in your mind where you weren't lucky. And let's face it, we've all had times where things just didn't work out in our favor. But I bet if you stop and you try to peel back that negativity layer that your brain immediately goes to, and you think about all the lucky things that have happened to you. So take a minute. Think of all the times that something has worked out in your favor, or all the things that were like, wow, I was so lucky that this happened. Maybe even write them all down. Now say to yourself how lucky you are, but think about those things and reinforce the concept that you are really lucky. That's when lucky girl syndrome will work for you, is when you can retrain your brain to think about the positive or associate the positive with being lucky rather than the negative. So it's not enough to just say it. You have to feel it and reinforce it with those previous memories. Hope it helps.